Have you ever pondered the consequences if every mosquito on Earth were eradicated? Quite a thought, isn't it? Mosquitoes, these tiny creatures that seem to exist solely for our annoyance, their incessant buzzing, the itchy welts they leave behind, and let's not forget their infamous role as carriers of deadly diseases. They've been with us for millions of years, earning their reputation as one of our oldest and most formidable foes. But what if we turned the tables? What if we were to rid the world of every single mosquito? It's a tempting proposition, isn't it? A world free from the nuisance and potential health threats these insects pose. Yet as with any sweeping change, there are bound to be ramifications. So let's explore this hypothetical scenario together. What would happen if we were to erase mosquitoes from the face of the earth? What would the consequences be, both seen and unseen? But what if these pesky creatures were to vanish entirely? Let's delve into this thought experiment. To understand the impact of this potential eradication, we first need to grasp the role of mosquitoes in our ecosystem. Mosquitoes, as much as they are loathed for their blood-sucking habits and the diseases they carry, are an integral part of our ecosystem. Let's delve into some of the important roles they play. Firstly, mosquitoes serve as pollinators. Yes, you heard that right. Just like bees and butterflies, many species of mosquitoes contribute to the pollination of plants. Male mosquitoes and females of some species feed on nectar for sustenance. As they flit from flower to flower, they inadvertently carry pollen, facilitating the reproduction of many plant species. Now let's consider their role as a food source. Mosquitoes, particularly their larval stage, are a crucial part of the diet for a variety of animals. Fish, amphibians, birds, and other insects feast on these protein-rich larvae, making mosquitoes a vital link in the food chain. Adult mosquitoes, despite their smaller size, are also a food source for many insectivorous animals like bats and spiders. Finally, mosquitoes play a part in nutrient cycling. The larvae, living in aquatic environments, feed on organic matter and microorganisms. In the process, they break down this material, releasing essential nutrients back into the water. This aids in the cycling of nutrients within the ecosystem, benefiting other aquatic species. The role of mosquitoes in our ecosystem is complex and multifaceted. They are more than just pests. They are pollinators, a food source, and contributors to nutrient cycling. Their removal could disrupt these ecological functions, possibly leading to unforeseen consequences. As we ponder the question of eradicating mosquitoes, we must bear in mind these various roles they play. It's not as simple as flicking a switch. The ripple effects of such an action could reverberate throughout the ecosystem, affecting countless species and processes. So, despite their troublesome reputation, mosquitoes do play a significant role within our ecosystems. Now, let's imagine the scenario where all mosquitoes vanish from the face of the earth. In this hypothetical world, the immediate effects would likely be met with a collective sigh of relief from humans and animals alike. No more itchy bites, no more incessant buzzing near the ears, and most importantly, no more deadly mosquito-borne diseases. Yes, diseases like malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever, and Zika would become a thing of the past, saving millions of lives each year and reducing suffering for countless more. But it's not just us humans who would benefit. Many animals, from the smallest birds to the largest mammals, are also victims of mosquito bites. A world without mosquitoes might mean less irritation, less disease, and a higher quality of life for them as well. On a broader scale, the eradication of mosquitoes could potentially create short-term benefits for ecosystems. For instance, fewer mosquitoes might mean more resources for other, less harmful insects. This could lead to an increase in the populations of these insects, which could then provide more food for insect-eating animals. A mosquito-free world could also have economic benefits. Think about it. Less money would need to be spent on mosquito control, and fewer people would be sick from mosquito-borne diseases, which means less money spent on healthcare. Plus, people could work and be productive more often, instead of being sick or caring for the sick. Yet, it's important to remember that these are potential immediate effects. While they might sound appealing, we have to consider them in the context of the broader long-term ecological picture. Ecosystems are complex and interdependent, and removing one component, even one as universally despised as the mosquito, could have far-reaching consequences. It seems like a mosquito-free world would initially be a healthier, happier place, but would it stay that way? Now that's something to ponder as we delve deeper into this intriguing hypothesis. But for now, let's just revel in the thought of a world with one less nuisance. Sweet dreams, right? Let's delve into the potential long-term consequences of a world without mosquitoes. Imagine a A world without the buzz of mosquitoes, without their bites, without the diseases they spread. Sounds like a dream, right? But the reality could be a lot more complex. You see, every organism, no matter how small, plays a part in our planet's intricate tapestry of life. Firstly, let's talk about food chains. Mosquitoes are a significant food source for a variety of animals. Birds, bats, amphibians, and other insects, they all feast on these tiny creatures. Now, if we remove mosquitoes from the equation, these animals would need to find other sources of food. Some may adapt, yes, but others might struggle, potentially leading to a decline in their populations. This ripple effect could travel up the food chain, impacting larger predators and even affecting biodiversity. Then there's pollination. Yes, you heard that right. Mosquitoes aren't just bloodsuckers, they are pollinators too. Some species of mosquitoes, particularly males, feed on nectar from plants. In doing so, they help in pollination, much like bees and butterflies. While they may not be the primary pollinators for most plants, their absence could still impact certain plant species, including some types of orchids, which rely heavily on mosquitoes for pollination. And let's not forget the unforeseen effects on ecosystem stability. Ecosystems are intricate webs of interactions, each species playing its part in maintaining balance. When you remove a species, especially one as widespread as mosquitoes, you're essentially pulling a thread from this web. The consequences of this can be unpredictable and far-reaching. It could lead to the overpopulation of certain species, the extinction of others, and the disruption of ecological processes. Moreover, we cannot overlook the potential for other organisms to fill the void left by mosquitoes. Nature abhors a vacuum. If mosquitoes are eradicated, other organisms might step in to take their place. These could be other insect species, many of which could also be carriers of diseases. The replacement of mosquitoes with another equally or perhaps more harmful species is a real possibility we must consider. Finally, it's worth noting that mosquitoes play a role in our planet's biogeochemical cycles. For example, they contribute to the nitrogen cycle by laying their eggs in water bodies. The larvae then excrete nitrogen, which aids in plant growth. Without mosquitoes, this cycle could be disrupted, potentially impacting agriculture and forest ecosystems. So, while a mosquito-free world may seem initially appealing, the potential long-term consequences could be more damaging than we might think. It's crucial to remember that every species, no matter how annoying or seemingly insignificant, has its role in the grand scheme of life on Earth. To summarize, the eradication of mosquitoes, while potentially beneficial in the short term, could have serious long-term consequences. This is where our journey through this complex and intriguing subject brings us. We've explored the essential role mosquitoes play in the ecosystem, the hypothetical scenario of their complete eradication, and the unforeseen consequences that could follow such an event. Let's recap. Mosquitoes, while often seen as nothing more than pesky bloodsuckers, are in fact vital components of our planet's biodiversity. They serve as a food source for countless species and play a crucial role in pollination. Their larvae clean water bodies by consuming organic matter, contributing to the health of aquatic ecosystems. The eradication hypothesis on the surface seems appealing. No more mosquitoes could mean no more malaria, dengue, or other mosquito-borne diseases. It's an attractive prospect, but one that must be tempered with caution. Nature, as we've seen, is a finely balanced system. Removing a single element, even one as seemingly insignificant as the mosquito, could send ripples through the entire ecosystem. And then, there are the unseen consequences. The ripple effect of eradicating mosquitoes could lead to the collapse of food chains, the extinction of certain species, and a significant shift in the biodiversity of our planet. Not to mention the potential for other insect populations to surge in the absence of mosquitoes, potentially introducing new unforeseen problems. As we conclude, it becomes clear that the question isn't as simple as it seems. The complexity of our ecosystems and the interconnectedness of life on Earth make any interference a risky proposition. While we should certainly continue to combat mosquito-borne diseases, complete eradication may not be the solution we hope for. So next time you swat at a mosquito, consider the intricate role these tiny creatures play in our world. It seems we might need them more than we think. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Understanding the role of mosquitoes in our ecosystem and the potential consequences of their eradication, we hope you feel a newfound sense of respect for these tiny creatures. They may be annoying, but remember, they're doing their part in the grand scheme of things. Now, we're not saying you have to love mosquitoes, but perhaps a little understanding goes a long way. So what can we do? Well, it all starts with education. Share this video with your friends and family, And let's spread the word about the importance of biodiversity. We can also support research into alternative ways of combating mosquito-borne diseases, ones that don't involve wiping out an entire species. And finally, we can do our part to maintain a healthy environment, which includes all its inhabitants, even mosquitoes. Now, we would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this subject? Do you think we should eradicate mosquitoes, or do you believe in finding a balance? Let us know in the comments below. Outro. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. See you in the next video.